I'm getting sued. How dare you give me this drug? How dare you to poison patients and give them drugs that may lead to cancer? I demand that you respond to my letter immediately. Another day in the life of a pharmacist. The entire time I've been in retail pharmacy, crazy stuff happens. I have seen things that I can never unsee. I have experienced and heard things that I can never forget. But this is a first. So I was working my usual 12-hour shift. People are constantly coming in to pick up prescriptions. Another technician back there counting. I'm verifying, I'm typing stuff in, I'm answering the phone calls. I get this pleasant phone call from the loveliest patient. The patient was like, "Hello, what's your name?" "Lili Mac, how can I help you?" "You were the pharmacist that filled my medication on blah blah blah. Why did you give me a medication that can give me cancer? Did you know that the FDA recalled this medication on June 4th? And how dare you give me this medication on June 18th, 14 days after the FDA recalled it to patients and healthcare professionals? Are you even a pharmacist?" Okay, so let me just look into this. Can I have your name and date of birth? I'm seeing here that you did get the Mark Sands manufacturer. However, the medication you received wasn't affected. It's not the same medication because the ND. What do you mean it wasn't affected? This is the same medication that I saw on my Google search that the FDA recalled. How do you feel about poisoning your patients? Are you even a pharmacist? Yes, I am a pharmacist. I actually graduated back in 2017. I don't care how long you've been a pharmacist, but you clearly aren't qualified to be doing your job. Why do you keep arguing with me that this is not the same medication? I have the bottle right here in my hands. It is the same medication. It's affected. What is your fax number? Well, unfortunately, I can't give you our fax number because that's strictly to be given out to other healthcare professionals. Who is your manager? What is your manager's name? Spell out your manager's name. Her name is. You can call back tomorrow because the manager is going to be here all day, 8 to 8. Could I just say something? Although the very first few numbers are the same, the last two. Do you even know what medication I'm talking about? I see it right here. I Googled it. I read this article. This is affected and you are giving me poison. I can't believe that you would give me poison. What is your fax number? I feel like you're not necessarily listening to me. So if you would like further clarification, you can call back and speak to the manager tomorrow. She'll be here. I have to talk to my attorney. I have the medication on me. I'm going to sue you. Is there anything else I can help you with? Hello? Patients hang up on me all the time. That is, you know, whatever. I deal with this stuff all the time. So just a little background. Several strengths of metformin has been recalled from the market through various manufacturers because of contaminants. So the company that I work for has already proactively pulled certain manufacturers, contacted patients that were affected, sent letters out. So everyone that was affected was reached out to. So ever since that recall happened, a lot of patients have actually called and we just have a really quick, nice, pleasant conversation about how their medication was not affected, if it was affected, what we could do. This is something else, y'all. An hour later, guess who comes to the pharmacy? She comes strolling in right to the consult window. Y'all, I can't even. Oh, hell no. I have the pleasure of speaking to her in person. It's fine. Finally, I can place a face to a name. Dropped off 2 copies, one for myself, one for my manager. She sent one straight to my company's headquarters. Here is her lovely letter. It says complaint against blah blah selling FDA recall drugs. Today, June 25th, I read an article on the internet that FDA is alerting patients and healthcare professionals against extended release ER metformin drugs manufactured by Mark Sands. One lot, XP9004. To my horror, I looked on the prescription, see image attached of drugs that you sold me last week on Thursday, and saw that this is exactly the drug that was recalled by the company Mark Sands on June 2nd. How dare you give me this drug on June 18th, 14 days after the FDA announced the recall? How dare you to poison patients and give them drugs that may lead to cancer? I demand that you respond to my letter immediately and let me know how you are planning to address this issue. Her personal cell. She attached her leaflet. She attached, y'all, I'm deceased. She attached the Google search At least print out the article. Who print screens the search? Dr. Google. The last image is this close-up image of her bottle that clearly shows that her bottle was not affected, so I've seen enough. Thank you. I didn't come up to her right away because I was still finishing up a prescription, and I can hear her talk to my technician. She like said something really snarky, and that triggered me, so I walked over. I brought up the letter on my phone, printed out her leaflet because the leaflet will have the NDC at least, and I pulled the actual bottle that I have been giving all of my patients, and I was like, hello, I'm Lily. Again, I just wanted to clarify some things with you just so you have all the information. I'm circling what is the identification number of the medication. This is the NDC. Basically, it's the barcode for the medication. I just want you to pay attention to the very last two numbers, okay? So it's 4948301. So as you can see, you got one that had 09. You didn't receive the affected medication that was recalled. Also, I wanted to point out that the medication that you received had a completely different lot number. So I have here pulled up the FDA letter. The one that I dispensed you, yes, is from the same manufacturer. However, you can see that the ID is completely different. Well, don't you think it's weird that the lot numbers are basically reversed? I don't have any control over how they number the lot numbers, but well, Marksans is from India, and if one of them is affected, then wouldn't all of them be affected? I mean, I don't see why it would be an issue if it was from India, but if you prefer a specific manufacturer, we can definitely do that. Well, how do I know that it's safe to take? Well, if you don't feel safe taking it, you don't have to. You could just wait until after you talk things out with the manager just to see. I need this medication to live. I cannot just stop taking it. I'm going to go home and look at this article on my computer, and I'm going to call my attorney. But I still want the manager to call me and talk to me about the brands and manufacturer that is the safest for me to take, because I need to be safe. I've been going to your pharmacy for 36 years, and I want to make sure that what medications that I'm taking is safe, and you are giving your patients safe medications. That's all. That's all I ask. I don't want to be drinking poison. Well, I can assure you that the medication that I dispense to you is safe, and if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out. And of course, I'll have my manager follow up with you regarding this whole situation. I will take this leaflet with me. Okay, yeah, you can take it. I cannot be taking poison in my body. So after that, I wrote a little note to my manager, and just to explain the situation.
Hi, thanks for calling CVS. How can I help you?
Hey, did you happen to follow up with that patient that wanted to sue me? Like, she still wanted a phone call from you, so.
I called her, and then she came in, and we talked, and she was like, she definitely calmed down, and it was fine. She didn't mention anything about that again, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay, good.
Honestly, even if she did, like, you're completely 100% in the right. Like, they can't fault you for anything. Don't worry about it. Everything's all taken care of.
Alright. Okay, well, you have a good weekend.
Bye.
This is the stuff I deal with on a daily basis. Just people that are so sure that they're right that they won't listen to you even explain any kind of logic in the simplest terms. Ever since I graduated pharmacy school, which was back in 2017, I've always in the back of my head worried about if one day I would get sued. Because you hear those horror stories in pharmacy school about those things happening, and just to be safe, you buy pharmacist insurance. Say you work for a company, they are able to help you with their lawyers. They could ultimately end up suing you too if a patient sues you. So it's always good to have pharmacist insurance. It's super cheap. Another day in the life of a pharmacist. So all's well that ends well. That is my very first pharmacy tea spill time. And yeah, if you guys have any stories of your own, feel free to share. I'd love to read them. If you like pharmacy related videos and you want to see more, click that like. I also wanted to do a pharmacy Q&A video, so comment below with any questions that you have and I'll add it to that Q&A video. I will see you guys next week.